Anthony Joshua, after a dominating performance over Franklin, used, loosely, just outboxed him well, comprehensively, you'd say.
Yeah.
They said, activity this year, 3 times out. 3 times out, we're going to go off. It's going to be regular. And now we're hearing that it's December. Sorry, it can't be much sooner, but that's the way it goes.
What? Because this is the again. I don't understand. These are the things that I just don't understand, and it's like you need to fight more. That's the thing for me. You need to fight more.
Yeah.
To really learn, because yes, everything's cool in the gym. Man, them have had great days sparring and really enjoyed themselves. However, we're preparing for something. I think in ring boxing lets you learn more because again, people want to help your training. They're not there trying to knock you out. They're not there trying to do. And again, the confidence is different. Fighting in front of loads of people with great expectation on the line and that feeling, that trepidation of if I get knocked out, this happens, is different to a spar. So I'm shocked by this level of, unless the only reason, this can make sense is if he's saying, I'm training like a madman. At the end of it, Wilder. At the end of it, who else would it be? Wilder, Fury. That's it. I can't train like this and see Dillian. Hell no.
Yeah. I think when AJ retires from boxing, the memoirs or whatever book he decides to release is going to be one of the most interesting, revealing ones out of a lot of guys. Because I feel like there's so much stuff that goes on in the background of an AJ world. First question, the Ruiz fight, what was actually wrong? What actually happened? Yeah, you've alluded to it a couple of times. You said you look nuts, We saw that as well. What's going on? Why was your dad switching at Eddie Hearn in the post-fight of that fight? Talk to me about that. Why is there blood on your shirt on the way into the ring for Jermaine Franklin?
Who did that?
This is what I'm saying. Like, did you go into the fight with a broken nose? Because it seems like you probably did. Because, if everyone is saying that Jermaine is not the biggest puncher for all the stuff that he does have, your nose is bleeding from round 1. You've taken huge bangs from serious guys. And we ain't really seen blood often. Yeah, we ain't seen blood often.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, and now we're saying out the ring until December. What is going on, bro? Is man injured? Like, are you carrying an injury?
What he said, Dillian said something like it looked like he's injured because that's why he thinks he's gonna have to fight someone else before, because it looks like AJ's got an injury. And I think that it slipped out. You know what I mean? I don't know what was said. I don't know if they had a conversation behind the scenes or something, but clearly Dillian must have saw something and said, that guy's not in shape. I ain't gonna get to see him. I'm gonna just stay busy one, right?
Yeah.
So then, with AJ, you just never know. I like the kid. No one wants to make excuses because you see what happened the last time. When someone's blamed anything and said it just doesn't look good post-fight. Anytime anyone says, you know what, couldn't throw the right hand, couldn't do this, couldn't do that, you just don't want to. You'll rather not say it, right? That's I think that's the situation now. Boxers never want to say it in a view of looking stupid and throwing a stupid excuse, but sometimes we might need to hear it, because for me, I'll be honest, it feels kind of unacceptable not fighting, like just doing it. This is how a lot of these heavyweights, or just a lot of people in boxing, have been doing 2 fights a year. How is that enough? How is that like? That's not even that's minimum activity, really. Like what you want to do, the pure like prominent serious activity is 4 fights a year. That's prominent, like ridiculous. That's like
kind of unheard of though. That means you're in camp all year.
All year, right? So then, but the real like perfectly is 3 fights a year. Perfect. Yeah. But then, especially if you haven't been in there and you want to learn, you talk about trying to develop. You can only have that development inside the ring. I don't know what you're thinking, but if he does do this though, if he does say, you know what, I'm in camp, I'm gonna train like mad, and I'll see Wilder at the end of it, I'll apologize and say, you know what, this was always a plan. These guys, they know better, because it has to be a big fight though. It has to be Fury, Wilder. It cannot be comeback. And then who would be a name where you think, why are you doing that? It can't be comeback for Dillian or
Otto Wallen or something like that.
Oh my good, you can't do that to us, because then we ain't gonna see you again for another
6 months,
7-8 months. Then it's like, and then what we doing this career, like in terms of when you talk about Father Time, well, Father Time's fully there, like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? And if you're not staying busy, then these questions will come up. Like, wait, how long have you got left? That's where I'm at.
No, I hear it, man. I do hear it. I mean, for me, I look at it, I'm like, I just suspect that he's injured. I feel like it's an injury. I don't know if we'll ever get clarification on that. Do you know what I mean? If it's not an injury, then it is a shame because it's like activity would be the best thing for you. Do you know what I mean? A Dillian fight, you know, these type of fights there would, if there's no injury, then it does raise some eyebrows because why not fight Dillian this summer? Why not then lead into a thing with momentum? Like when Mayweather signed that deal at the end of his career, he was fighting regular. Like he was out. Watch, because before it was like once a year for Floyd, it felt like. And then suddenly it was like two times a year, and then maybe 3 times a year for one of those years. Like it was just, and then at that level of Floyd's boxing already was like, yo, different level defensively. He just tapped into another, like where he was for Canelo. He wasn't doing that. He was a bit more of a pot shot, plodding, walking forward slowly, and suddenly he just was on his toes constantly for the whole fight. Like he just leveled his boxing up. And I'm just like, with AJ, it would be nice to see you kind of just get a few fights in, or maybe just even one more fight in with Derek James on a regular.
It's probably learning with Derek right now. You got a new trainer. How are you not going to get good and learn about each other without being in the ring? Yeah. Derek learned more than he could have learned in that last fight that he saw. He's like, okay, I've seen him now. I understand what he looks like, battle tested. You know, when you're in the trenches with each other and you just looking, you just understand, okay, this is how he reacts. And that's very important because there's no training that's gonna prepare you for real in-ring, like this is it now. We just got a cut, or you got a bloody nose. You got a broken nose, blood is streaming. What are we saying? How calm are you? How calm am I? Are we still together? Am I aware? Because like we say with Ben Davison and stuff, do I even know how many rounds we got left or how many seconds to the end of the round? Like these are
panic.
What's happening? Because everyone, again, you only know, and not just to say with Ben, even you can say with Yard in these moments where Yard, Tunde said, yo, we've never been here before. So a lot of it's new emotion is raw, like we've never, this is new for both of us. The moment of time that you keep having these moments where these things are not new and they start to become routine, the better it is for you. That's why I think activity for someone like AJ, who's trying to, it's the road to redemption. This is I don't know, the road's just looking different right now for me in terms of this is supposed to be the redeeming road. Well, what's at the end of it? What's the next thing? What's in December?
It makes sense. It makes sense because there is that thing of like the relationship, the trust with your trainer, and it comes over certain times, more confirmations. As it happens, the confirmations build, and you start to realize, okay, there's a nice little track record of you telling me things that make sense. I remember my trainer said to me before the fight, he goes, yeah, you seem like you got a calm demeanor. Do you know what I mean? In the ring, do you know what I mean? I don't feel like you're gonna panic and start throwing a whole bunch of wild punches. I remember saying, like, yeah, no, that's my personality. That's who I am. Yeah. But then it's one of the things where it's like he's assessed it and come to that conclusion on a guess. And me saying yeah is also a guess because on the night, we're going to know for sure. Do you know what I mean? You're going to know who you have in the ring, but you won't know until then.
Yeah,
you know I mean? One of the things he said to me, like, and the thing he goes, after the first round, I'll be able to tell you how to beat him. After I've seen this guy, because obviously we don't have bare footage of man and white collar thing. He's like, after the first round, I'll be able to tell you how to beat him. So in my head, going into that, the first round is all me. It's all me. Like, you know what I mean? The second round, I trust that I'll be able to hand to you and come through. If man goes into the second round and I get touched, even worse. After that, third round, back to me again. Because I'm in there taking the punches. So it's like, we've got to look at, say, the relationship with him and Derek. And it's like, you guys still, I feel like there's more work to do before you see.
Loads.
And it would just be one fight. Do you know what I mean? Go out there. This is how you deal it. All right, cool. Boom. Go out there. Bum. I'm gonna try this one. Try this stuff. Get the knockout.
Dillian would be a good fight. Dillian would be a perfect fight. Dillian would be a perfect fight. Honestly, I'm disappointed. That's why I am, because at first I was like, don't want to see it again. Like, I was in that kind of weird space, and I was like, this is a disappointment because that fight alone, just even the build up would be cool. Do you know there's going to be stuff after it? And that could have I was waiting for the fight to not reawaken AJ, but bring out that thing saying, look for the knockout, AJ. Like, be venomous, be venomous. Like, and I think if someone's gonna bring that out of him, he's close to doing it. He's close to doing it. I hate what you said about the Fury take, but I still believe that once they're in the ring, it can ignite at any moment. So I was excited to see, you know what, someone's gonna bring back the AJ that we've all enjoyed over these times.
So what about if he is injured and then comes back with Dillian White? How would that sit with you?
I'll watch. If AJ fights, I'll watch it. It's one of them.
No, but what I mean is, does the injury change your perspective on this?
Absolutely. If he's injured, I think he should say. If he's injured and he got all
that's the problem. That's the problem with AJ. You know, he lets a lot of narrative slide.
Yeah.
In the thing of I can't be bothered to do all of that, but it's like you have to kind of be bothered to a degree, even if it's a professional degree where you issue a professional statement. Like you ain't got to tweet it, but let there be a statement. Communicate with so this narrative don't get out of control. Because what happens is, man, were on Twitter the other day saying, "Oh, AJ's pop dirty." AJ, yeah. I think Fury fans have been doing a madness and just run with it. So now everyone's writing, needles on the needle emoji. Apparently the rumor. And I'm like, you try and chase these things and you start thinking, hold on a second. AJ rumors don't stay rumors for longer than an hour, boss. Yeah. There would be a news headline. Listen, it would be in Talk Sport. Simon Jordan would have the field. It'd be insane. That's why I was like, oh, please. You mean rumors about the AJ, the biggest name on this side? No, it's not happening.
You forget about those eggs that you heard about before.
But think about it, though. When you're silent, stuff like this can just pop up out of nowhere. If you came out and said, this injury is a bit mad, I'm going to have to be out for a bit longer, there would be no need to speculate. Yeah. And that's the thing that gets me a bit like, at times with AJ, I'm like, then there needs to be a customer-facing point.
Yeah, and I get he's in there. I don't care more than I'm just back there in America enjoying and stuff. But I do feel that dialogue is important. Even if you leak it to Benson, bam, he'll tell everyone. You know what I mean? Like someone can just put that news out, one tweet alone. You know, so then I'm not. If it does get to December, I say, okay, I understand it. I know what you're doing. It was just you went through this, but just rolling out in December and saying, listen, with 2 lions, and we're gonna get on and things. I said, bro, like, what is this? You know what I mean? And again, it's crazy because at the same time, the heavyweight division will always be held up. Luckily, he hasn't got a belt, but I'm saying this is the problem with it. This is the problem with them fighting twice a year. Once, this is what we get. Wilder, you're hearing all these different names. You're like, bro, when is everyone gonna meet? Like, when are we gonna see these real fights? And we've been talking since this podcast been birthed. We just imagine when we first started in year 1, we spoke about AJ versus Wilder. Hasn't happened. We spoke about AJ versus Fury. Hasn't happened. How long has it been going for? Almost 4 years.
Over 4 years, bro. This is insane. This is insane. Yard and Boatsy, same dilemma, fam. We've been from the spawn of this pod. We've been having the same conversations.
And we thought that fight was coming. If you told us 4 years, just imagine we could go back in time and go into the room that we used to pod in, the first room
at church,
and say, "Yo, you man,
4 years time. This
4 years time, the fight still won't be on. We'd be in there cussing us." Are you dumb about
how?
Bro, none of the fights you lot are waiting for are gonna happen. Yeah? So just allow it.
Everybody calm down.
But don't worry. Pingy's gonna come back and do a mad thing. Say, don't worry, Roy Jones is coming back and he's gonna fight again.
For sake, fam. I just find it mad that both you and Roy Jones are losses right now.
Dead. It's not looking good in the camp.
Don't tell me my trainer just went out and lost as well. It's just a weird dynamic. It's just weird to know that that's happened.
It's not looking good.
They're both off the back-to-back losses. That's a crazy
redemption as well, man.
It's a crazy count.
All
right, so
keep it moving now.
Let's do another. Undefeated, you're always gonna go. You ain't
Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.